Alright, guys, we are here once again with Kebi Opinion Podcast. Now, Auntie Dorcas, today is gonna be solemn. A friend of mine who just lost her mom, and she was kind of like, the brother is living with her. Okay, the brother is living with her, and she was like, she doesn't know how to break the story of her mom passing to their little brother, and I kind of this whole thing resonates with me, and I just want to talk about it. I want us to talk about it. So before I speak, if it were to be you, how would you have handled that situation?
Okay, once again, good afternoon to your audience. We are glad that you people engage us anytime we come online. So thank you for your participation. We expect your views, we expect your comments, your opinion, your share, and your likes. Thank you very much for engaging us. Loss is one painful thing to lose somebody, and how people grieve concerning loss vary from person to person. And grief is not just because you might have lost your mother only. When you lose someone you value, it causes pain. It becomes an emotional it puts you on certain level of emotion. So I understand what pain is, what it takes to lose somebody. Me, I have lost a sibling. She was very young. My kid's sister, I think she was even less than 10, probably less than 5 before she died. So I know what it takes to lose someone you love. Anytime I remember her, I feel the pain. So it's not about losing your mother only, but losing someone you love also makes you go through pain. And your friend said she doesn't know how to break the news to the younger sibling because she doesn't know how what he's going to react because he's a kid.
Yeah.
I think as individuals we should be open to anything. We should grow shock absorbers because tomorrow is uncertain, tomorrow is unknown. So just leave. I know it's not like we are premeditating death, but death is inevitable. It is with us and it will stay with us, and so far as we are living on human earth. So it will surely come. See, if you psych yourself knowing that things like that of this sort to come is bound to happen, you are prepared for anything to come your way. So in a unique way, which we Ghanaians don't do. So Ghanaians don't believe in counseling and stuff. We don't heal as Ghanaians. When you go through a tragedy, you only move on. When as typical Ghanaian hurts from breakups, from losing a job on it, we don't seek professional counseling. And even the churches that have counseling only counsel during marriages. There are members in the church going through a lot of emotional roller coasters, and even the church does not know what. That's why we have people committing suicide in the church. Because the only time counseling is active in the church is when people are getting married. And the pastor said, "Woman, do not prevent your husband from having sex with you. Woman, respect your husband. Man, you are the head of the house." But there is the essence of counseling should be on an everyday level, because people are in the church who don't find fulfillment with themselves and are going through a lot. But do we know as a church we say pray, lift your prayer, but sometimes you just need somebody to talk to you and you're okay. So that child, if the lady is in a church, she can go to the pastor, call the child. We have a way of telling her, oh, mommy is no more, mommy is going to heaven. We will see her when we go to heaven. You see, she decided to go before we come. So mommy has not died. She has only moved from here to another place, and we will see her someday. When you break it in a certain considerate way, it's better than say, mom is dead. It's going to be some shock, and if you're not careful, that child will not be able to recover from that shock.
All right.
So it's how you communicate the loss to the child. Okay, so that will inform how he or she would grieve. Okay. So if the sister can afford counseling, counselors are professional. They know how to go about it. They might sit him down, take him around like a kid's playground, buy him something of his choice, something, then they have a way, very thoughtful manner to break the news to the child so that it's not affected. Because people have gone through pain, grief that has affected their life to date, and even their relationships, it's affecting them.
Okay, so thank you so much for bringing that up. Now, you know, like I said, this whole thing resonates with me, and I also have my experiences that I would just want to share. Uh, counseling is good, but how many can afford counseling? How many can think of a situation that, oh, I need a counselor? So but with me, my mom passed, and funny enough, the the dates, the year, and everything, I I still remember it like yesterday. I was 12 years old when my mom passed. Exactly 12 years my mom passed. So that's what happened. But by then, I was not living with my mom. By then, I was living with my grandmother,
You
and and I wake up one early morning and I realize that my grandmother is not she's not at home. And I said, okay, now I can't wait for her to come back for me to go to school. So let me go to school and later come home and come and find something to eat. So I was in the school when uh, I heard someone is looking for me. So our headmaster allowed the people to see me, and they told me that my grandmother want to see me at home. So when I went to the house, everybody was smiling with me. So my grandma was like, "No, I should go and have I eaten?" I said, "No." She said I should go and buy any food I want, any food at all I want to eat today. I should go and buy. And I don't normally get that chance to choose what I want to eat. They give me what they have. Okay, but that very day, my grandmother allowed me to eat whatever I want to eat. And funny enough, I chose what I want to eat. Like it's something that I've been wanting to eat all the time. So I bought it, or they bought it for me, and they paid for it. After eating, I was okay. Then my grandmother called me and told me that your mom has passed.
How was the
For
feedback?
for like close to 2 minutes, I was lost in thought. I was totally lost. So, assuming I have not eaten by then, what would have happened to me? Assuming I was not given the chance to choose what I always yearn for, what would have happened to me? So I think if my sister is watching this podcast, I would advise that you let your brother get something of his choice, like anything at all he has he has always dream of having. Just let your brother have it, and after that, psychologically, the mind and the heart will gear towards that very thing. Okay, at that particular point in time, his heart, mind, and soul will be geared towards that very thing that he has gotten. Okay, then you break the story, or you break the news to him, and he's going to cry though. He's going to cry. Allow him to cry. Allow him to cry as much as he wants. Then after that, you just let him know that even though mom is gone, like like our sister said, even though our mother is gone, she has gone to a better place, and you are always there to represents mommy. Okay, so I can assure you that your brother would not miss your mom. Crying there, he's going to cry, but crying there, he's going to cry, but he wouldn't miss your mom because there's something that someone said. The person said, if you have a big sister, okay, if you have a big sister, and that a tragedy strikes and your mom is no more, now all the siblings will look up to that big sister. Now that big sister is now representing your mom. You get, but unfortunately, me David, I didn't have that. Even though I had a big sister, but she didn't stood up to be a mother figure in my life. You get, so please, like I said, break the story or break the news to him, and it's going to be all right. So I just leave it to.
Like you said, a big sister thing. I think society unnecessarily burdens big sisters, elderly sisters, firstborn daughters, or firstborn sons because they want them to assume positions or responsibility probably the individual does not have capacity for. You lost your mother, she equally lost their mother. Why should she carry the burden of the others? And that's why most firstborns go through a lot of challenge because she's put in situation that maybe she does not even have capacity for. And some of them invest so much on their kids siblings and they get stuck in their with their dreams and aspirations. I don't fault them if they don't stand up to them because maybe psychologically she's not sound for that. I think we feel, like I said, we feel too entitled with offers we impose on people. You should, before you assume, you make somebody assume certain role or responsibility, see if the person think they can do it. Don't instantly think that because you're my elder sister you should bear this, because even sometimes you do all those sacrifices and at the end of the day they come and they've achieved certain standard. They don't even have time for the elder. They don't even respect the elderly sister. They don't regard the commitment. So I'm just saying that.
I know where you're coming from.
I'm just saying that if you have a big sister, even be it your parents dead or alive, do not apportion unnecessary responsibility on them. Whether they can carry it. You don't know the emotional trauma they go to in their quiet time, trying to assume certain unsolicited responsibility. So when we are all hurt, we should all seek guidance, counseling. Don't make your automatically or I don't know, by virtue of whatever authority you impose that responsibility on firstborns. It is psychologically draining. It's emotionally daunting. It's a tax, especially when you are not from a very economically sound home and you have to push extra to make things work. So when we are all hurt, we should all heal.
So Douglas, let me come in this. Okay, I kind of feel you right now, like looking at how you spoke. I think you are a first child or a first daughter of the family, right? So let me come in. Let me chip in this. You know, being what I said earlier on, that if you have a big sister and your mom is no more, that big sister fills in the vacuum of a mother that you hardly miss your mom. Why am I saying that? I'm not. We shouldn't expect our big sisters to bear everything, our expenses. No, that's what I'm saying. Your mom can be alive, but what your big sister can do for you, your mom cannot do it. What I'm saying is that as a big sister, you are supposed to offer advice. You are supposed to offer, like, be there for your kid.
It depends
be
on
there
the
for
reception your kids siblings grant you. You might have the good intention, but if your kids siblings don't have regard for you, you cannot communicate such good intent. For you are saying the instant that your friend has lost the mother and he needs to take care of them, yes, fine. She's doing it. She's been doing it before the mother's demise. It's understandable. So, but you it doesn't have to be mandatory that because mommy is not around. Some people are very fragile with emotion. Not all big siblings are strong. They are equally fragile with emotion because they might have certain expectation with their mothers equally, and those expectation has come to a close, and you are expecting that person to become an advisor to you when that very individual is also going through certain emotional challenge.
What I'm saying, we shouldn't. I understand your point of view, and I really respect your point of view. But at this case, okay, the senior sister is the one taking care of
That's what I'm saying.
of
So
the
it
junior
depends
brother.
on
You
the
understand?
existing relationship.
So yes, even if it depends on the existing relationship, a mother and a father can have 10 kids. Not all the 10 kids will move along. You understand? They will not all move along. But let me tell you something. If you have a senior sister among these 10 kids that do not move along or go along or agree on certain things, automatically the senior sister becomes
I know,
the mother.
I know.
See, see, a man can, or a man and a woman can give birth to 10 kids. Eight can be, uh, nine can be boys, one can be a woman, and it will shock you that the one being a woman can be the last born or the middle child or even the last to the first born, but they will all look up to that very particular woman among them as their mother.
So
You
my
understand?
point is, don't just assume that she's a woman or she's a man, so she must have all that capacity necessary. You should look at the person. Maybe it could be, I'm not saying that of like the person should be a first child, no, but you should know how the emotional capacity the person has before you want them to assume such responsibility, because
So
some can fail you.
I
So you
I
could be the
get you.
first one, you could be the middle child, but we are human, we cannot all fight the same battles.
I get you.
So let's look at our strength
I get you.
before we apportion responsibility. Wo nua we ɔnhwɛw ɔnyɛ we nso wonim deɛ nipa no so fam.
All right.
Wo maame wu yɛ ɔno yɛ panyin no nso no ne na ho ndo bi wɔ hɔ a oni saa qualities no a ɔbɛtumi ayɛ deɛ na ne maame yɛ. Oh, there are people who are just so fragile with certain things. Unless they are being poked to do certain, they cannot do it. So let's look at the individual in question's capacity before we assume that if whether they have made it or they have failed.
Okay. So okay, now we want to bring the curtains to this very topic. So, what advice would you have for my sister there?
And just like I said before, if she's in a church, I think they have a guidance and counseling unit. You should go there, talk to them. This is what has happened to me, and I have my brother. I don't know how to break the news. Pastors who are very informed and educated with the word of God, they know how to go about these issues and how to break it to them. So if she can't say it herself, then she should get counseling or guidance from the church she is in. I don't know if she can afford counselors. I don't know how expensive Ghanaian counselors are, but the church, I think the church does it for free. So if she's in a church, it's the best.
So, my sister or whoever is facing this very dilemma will just advise that if you cannot break it to them, get someone to do that on your behalf. So we bring your curtains to to this podcast. Sorry, my name is David Sebefia. Thank you for being with us.